We're live from the Ocean Place Hilton for the much anticipated press conference brought to you by RBI Beverage and YMSL. The reason for this press conference is twofold. First of all, we will call up the commissioner, Abie Morabia. He will announce the rosters for the All-Star game between Brooklyn and Deal, which will be played this Wednesday. And then we have Abie Saka, President, CEO, starting pitcher, and manager of the Fountain of Youths organization, who will announce who his opponent is in the first round of the playoffs. So, along with my co-host here, Mr. Saban, we'd like to call up the commissioner of the league. Bobby started in the league many, many years ago. He actually played as a player-manager on the Dodgers team, which featured the only team to have myself and my father on the same roster. Bobby was the manager of that team. We went 1-12 in an abridged 13-game schedule before we were booted from the league. Bobby has been commissioner for around 17 years now, and at this point we'd like to call up Abie Morabia.
Thank you. Thank you, Norman. Thank you, Saban. And once again, the conclusion to an unbelievable regular season came to an end yesterday. The 2012 season is now history, and the real season now begins. And what an amazing story we have going on this year. Once again, the YMSL All-Stars are challenged by the BKS AA team, and we're going to announce the rosters right now. And by the way, this broadcast is simulcast with our affiliate in Israel, Yud Mem Samech Lamed Network. And the rosters for the team are: the captains are Elliot Batesh and Nathan Towell. Coaches are Marty Jamal and Robert Red Nesser. The lineups, not the lineups, but the rosters are Jackie Towell, Ali Marshall, Carlos Abadi, Jeffrey Saka, Abie Saka, Mo Shama, Lee Zakaria, Henry Shalom, Sali Shahabar, Jimmy Malak, Sammy Towell, our very own Saban Solomon, our very own NRJ, and Solly N. Towell. And this is the roster which we hope continues the tradition of beating the Brooklyn All-Stars. And once again, we've never lost when a real YMSL pitcher has pitched. So any questions from our panel? Please identify which media outlet you affiliate.
Yes, Peter Gammons, ESPN. How are you, Bobby? Congratulations on another All-Star game as well. We noticed that you had a lot of people on the roster. I was just wondering if you could talk about some of the people that you were forced to leave off the roster.
Well, obviously there's a lot of outstanding talent in the YMSL. We didn't get everybody we possibly could. Other players had prior commitments for that day, and basically they said they'd rather not play in the Brooklyn game. So it was kind of hard getting everybody in there. But I think we put a very good, solid team. We have, I believe, the two top pitchers in the league to lead us to victory, and with Saban and Ali and Mo Shama and Henry, it's going to be a scary lineup.
John Smythe from WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yes. Yeah, you in the back room there, yes.
I believe his question was asking about the pitching matchup. Who's going to actually start the game for YMSL?
I believe they're discussing that right now. Captain Elliot Batesh, I believe, wants to go with Abie Saka for the first 4 innings. It's going to be a 9-inning game, and Jeffrey Saka for the last 5 innings. So we feel that's going to be a very, very tough tandem to beat.
Bob Jones from.
Yeah, you in the back.
I believe it's Jim Rome from the Jim Rome Show.
Yeah.
Commissioner, now that you talk about the premier talent in the league, it brings up the conversation of the ballots going out. I understand that the regular season ballots are going out this week for Gold Glove. Commissioner, is it true that the ballots are fixed?
Do you beat your girlfriend?
That's not a fair question. I don't think that's fair.
How do you ask a question like that? I mean, come on.
I'm just saying what people are saying. I'm just saying what people are saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking.
That's a clown question, bro.
Playoffs? Obviously you know that the ballots are counted by Ernst & Young and under strict supervision by Rabbi Fak.
The ballots were held by Rabbi Dweck.
By the way, the ballots are going. The Gold Glove ballots and MVP awards are going out tonight. So we expect those responses to come in very rapidly, and once again we'll have an outstanding awards dinner this once the season is concluded. Now for the big announcement you've all been waiting for. At this time, I'd like to introduce the pitcher, general manager, director of player personnel for the Red Hot Fountain of Youths, an accomplished pitcher in the last 6 years in the league, and has won 2 out of the last 3 championships, Mr. Abie Saka.
Who's asking me the big question?
Well, Abe, we'd like to know, you have a choice of who you play the first round of the playoffs.
That's great.
And you are here, flown in from San Diego to give us that choice live on the YMSL network. Would you please state your pick and why you chose them?
So out of the 3 teams that are left, really it was a tough decision. You have the unknowns who started the season out. They started the season out 8-0. They kind of went into a slide the last couple of games. Still, when you look at their lineup, like you were saying earlier, they have a very good pitcher in Ralph Hannon. They do have a very good lineup. Even though I was able to kind of hold them in check, they still have a very strong lineup. You have Insane. Also, by watching the show all year, I was probably one of the 2 viewers that you had every week. Even though I never really called in, but
I think you meant to say 200.
200. I meant 200. I'm sorry. I meant 2 within my household.
Edmund was the other 100.
I mean, like you were saying, they're boring, but you know what? I'd rather be boring and in the playoffs than be the team that you guys said was the best team and be out of the playoffs than the Twins. The last team left is Morabia. Nothing against Gabe Abadi, but picking up John Eliezer definitely did boost their offensive power a little bit. And like I said, it was a long, hard decision, discussed it with my team, and we're going to go the boring route of the 3 versus the 6. So whoever the 6th place team is, which I believe is Insane, that's who we're going to take first round. We're going against everybody else's pick, all the experts, and we're going to go after Mo Shama. My theory is kind of twofold. If you're going to win this league, you got to beat the best, and I want to do it in the first round. Any questions?
John Heyman, WFAN. Any thoughts, going up against league legend Mo Shama? How much did that weigh into the...
It definitely weighed in. Like I said, there's a lot of talk going in. You pick a team, you give them motivation. In my eyes, if you need motivation to want to win a softball game when you're paying as much as we pay for this league, and you're out there busting your hump through the summer, the hot days, you don't need the motivation. You're either going to win, you're either going to lose. You got to play well to win. You just got to execute. Any team could beat any team. When I look at the first place team, which is Jeffrey Saka's team, even that team, we had a win and it kind of slipped away from us with 2 outs in the 7th inning. It definitely played a role, but like I said, I want to go after the best and I want to do it in the first round.
Now you split with Insane, but the other teams you could have played, I believe you swept at least one of them. So
we split with Morabia the first week of the season. They were playing without Leo Pachota. We were playing without Edmund. We split with Insane probably week 3, but in my eyes that was pre-David Harari. We were a completely different team. I think they beat us one game, the last game, like 6-0. I don't think my offense is going to get blanked out again. I also think that it kind of sets the stage in the playoffs. I think on our side you're going to have my team versus Insane, which are probably going to be low scoring, close, grinded out games. On the other side, when I look at those two offenses going against each other, those two pitchers, I think it's going to be kind of what you had last week with Save on Sanity and Unknowns, and you're going to have those football scores. So I think it'll be exciting for the league to have that kind of playoff scenario. The other questions?
How did your team come to this decision? Was it you who made the decision? Was it your team? Was it certain people?
I mean, ultimately the decision falls on me. I'm the captain. I'm the pitcher. I emailed out my team. I wanted to get a feel for what everybody else was thinking. Honestly, when we played Ralph Hannon, we only played them one game. And Ralph Hannon scored, we won 2-0. So it's not like we blew them out of the water. The second game we played them, Ralph Hannon had to leave. He had to go, I think, to a catering job or something like that, or wherever he goes. And we won 23-3 against their backup pitcher. And, you know, Leo, as good as he is, I mean, I think when Ralph is on his game and Leo's on his game, Ralph just has more stuff that my hitters, again, I'm a young team, my hitters just didn't want to go up against that.
Do you find the similarities to last year's Rip It a little eerie over here? You started out 1-5, and this year you were 2-6, and you ran the table almost last year. What do you think this year could happen again?
I think if we play the way we've been playing the last 8 games, then yes. I mean, go in 6-8, the first half of the season, you guys on the panel were saying that my team was too young. The only thing carrying the team was me. When you look at the stats, we gave up the least amount of runs in the league. I think the Marlins had the same amount of runs given up, 55, but they did it in one less game because they didn't play their last game of the season. As much as it goes on the pitcher, it also goes on defense. As young as my team is, they came around and I think we have the strongest defense, so that's what I'm banking on.
Mike Solomon, MTV News. How much extra food do you have in your clubhouse now that Edmund Dweck is no longer part of your organization?
The truth is we do have an excess. We don't really have, I mean, Jigga Jamal's been a happy camper ever since he's been able to get his hands on some extra stuff. Actually this week Joe Eshko said, pinch run for him. And I said, no, we're not going to pinch run. Just make it like it's that salami sandwich and Edmund's still here. You got to race him for it. So, definitely, if you're more than welcome to come to the clubhouse, there's more than enough food to go around. Just not Moses.
did your team actually vote on who they wanted to play, and can you tell us what the results of the vote were?
They did vote. Again, a big decision also was if we played the unknowns, we weren't going to play a game on Wednesday. We would have had to play first game on Friday, second game on Friday, and if there was a third game on a Sunday. If that being the case, that means if we advance to the second round, we'd be playing 2 games on the second round. Personally, I've done it before. I mean, I've done it successfully before, but I personally did not want to play 3 games on a Sunday, especially not in the hot summer heat. We also, with this heat wave of yesterday, it was pretty hot out there. I'd rather just play one game, and one game. So that definitely altered my decision. Where I say then I was really deciding between Morabia and Insane. And the truth is, it was really a coin toss to me. I was debating even when I was coming in on the chopper, texting my team, you sure? It doesn't, it's a tricky spot to have to pick a team. It definitely is. You guys added a lot of excitement to that aspect of it.
One more question.
Where are you from? Which organization?
Buster Olney, senior writer, ESPN The Magazine.
Yes.
One more question. So you have Ezra Tabelli on your team, Erwin Cohen, Joe Eshko, Eli Harari, those 4 guys, all contemporaries of Insane starting pitcher Leo Kasich. What were those 4 saying about hitting against Leo? They have a lot of experience hitting against Leo from back in high school.
they're excited for the matchup. I mean, anytime you got a chance to go up against a friend, I mean, it's exciting. It's one of those things that you get to. It's not just the game day. They'll probably trash talk each other all week, and short week because we play on Wednesday, and just trash talk each other all the way after that. That's really what. Again, it boiled down to, in order to win this league, you got to go through the best teams, and I wanted to attack the best team right away. Anything else? Good? Bobby, why don't you come back up here?
Okay, there you have the matchups for the 2012 first round of the playoffs. You have Abie Saka's Fountain of Youth, the 3 seed, going up against Insane at the 6 seed, which means Mabadev at 4 is going to be playing. Who's actually the 4th? Mabadev?
Unknown.
4 is unknown.
Unknowns are 4 versus Mabadev. And that should be, as Abie mentioned, an outstanding offensive series. Best 2 out of 3 in both. And the Marlins and Sabon Sanity are going to sit back and watch and decide. Marlins are going to decide after that who they play. And then it should be an incredible postseason. And once again, that's going to be starting July 4th with Fountain of Youth versus Insane. One game, and it should be very exciting. And right now, that's the end of the press conference. We're going to go back to the studios. I'd like to thank everybody. I know it was short notice. We handed out 212 media credentials, and I'd like to thank everybody for coming. And we hope to see you soon.